All right, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so as usual, this is another week. It's the third week of the month of November. Today is 20th. And here we go again. So we are going to start with the dollar index as usual. Okay, so Friday we had dollar index rejecting the area we discussed. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. So whilst we were having this session, price was somewhere here. Okay, so we've not actually gone anywhere much, but like I said, price needs to go back up here. So that is what we are expecting price to do. Therefore, all you have to do is just stick with the upside. All right. As a matter of fact, I'm expecting today to become a bullish market during the New York session on the dollar index. I want to see today go up. We actually gapped to the upside. Right? We did close here, we gapped up, and then we came back down just to rebalance this order block, and then we rejected. So I'm expecting higher prices. I've already done this analysis last week, so no need for me to go back through it. If anything, watch Friday's session, because I did a very long session for a reason, which actually prepares us for this week. So it was analysis for this week, not last week. So you can rewatch Friday's session again. Okay, so with that said, Euro, I'm expecting it to continue going down. Downside objective still remains. What I would want to see is for us to trade through this imbalance. Okay, so you want to see price trade through this. This price level is crucial because of the gap. We need them to close below this price level. Now, I'm not saying to wait till price closes below this before you look for your sell. I think last week they already gave a sign that they're going down during the New York session. So this morning, London dropped down aggressively, left a fair value gap. So that right there, that's an entry. Let me put my glasses on. Okay. So with the drop right here, right, this candle dropping, that is an entry in of itself. This very next candle, entry, or that one, any of that, and your aim is to look for price to continue going down. So okay, and for now, maybe I don't see anything in here because they are all rebalanced during the kill zone, so I don't see anything in there. So probably here, this candle's low will be a first objective. I think we spoke about it. And then the equal low. Maybe we might get a bit of struggle inside those two fair value gaps, but ultimately I think they will trade through it. So that equal low will be the ultimate target, but we might get some struggles in here. So I'll probably look for that as the target, and then maybe if a pullback happens, then you look for a continuation to the downside. Okay. British pound also did something similar. I still have what I gave last week there, so I'm expecting it to continue going down. This morning gave similar entry to the euro. So with the drop, pullback, you sell, stop loss goes above there. Actually your stop loss can go above this fair value gap because that should be holding, and then you expect a continuation to the downside. So even today, selling this fair value gap and targeting this low can be a scalp. So you sell this gap. Oops. Just to attack this low here. It's a scalp in of itself. Then next round liquidity is down here. So just for today's trade, that can be today's trade. You're selling this gap here, and you're targeting this, and then that, and that's it for today. Okay, so yeah, that is the British pound for you. Euro pound, I think Euro pound also pulled back into a fair value gap over here, and I'm still bullish on this, by the way. I'm expecting it to go all the way up, so nothing has really changed. It's just, you know, taking its time. It's consolidating, but also I want to see them expand up either today or tomorrow. All right, as long as this gap is open, as long as this gap exists, I'm looking for higher prices. If we lose it, then obviously something else is happening. So I'm bullish whilst this gap is still open. Okay, so we are looking for price to go up. Gold, now gold, last week I gave you two levels that price can retrace to, because that down candle can become a reaccumulation, which I think that is the case. So all they did was drop down into this fair value gap. Okay, and then price is going back up again. So that's it. That was just a pullback. We are expecting price to continue going up to make a new high, and then the 4,500 level, I think that's where price is going. Okay, so I expect price to continue going up, and yeah. I was tempted to buy during the Asian session. I refused to be tempted. London session dropped. I should have bought here. That was the entry, but I didn't. Now the reason why I didn't is because today is Monday. So I'm pretty sure we will make a new high over here. So maybe I'll find an entry during today. I like this order block that is being created. I also like the fact that we are going through this fair value gap. So yeah, I'll look for an entry in the next candle that opens. I'll look for an entry, maybe a pullback to somewhere here, or I'll just buy and place my stop loss there, because I think we're gonna continue going up. Remember I said every now and then they will drop into a fair value gap to continue going up. So even if I think it's just going, but even if we get a small pullback, maybe somewhere here, okay, and then you get in to go back to the previous week high, and then 4,004, will be ideal, then 4,450, and then 4,005. Okay, so don't chase as it is. Maybe wait for price to pull back, and then you can get an entry. Crude oil, we are still looking for lower prices that equal low 55.12. I'll be expecting a potential high of the week to form. And then I'll look for similar to last week, all right, something like this. I'm sorry, this one. So we went up from the high, rejected, pulled back, and then dropped. So I'll be expecting something like that this week over here. So we might pull back probably somewhere in here, and then form the high of the week, and then go down again. So crude oil, lower prices, just patiently wait for the high of the week to form. Wait for the high of the week to form, and then we look for a continuation to the downside. Okay, now once we take out the equal low, that is when we pause, we stop selling, then we look for something else. Until then, you're looking for lower prices. If we are going up, like potentially what we are doing now, this would just be a manipulation. Okay, the actual trade is to the downside. ES, last week we spoke about this, that this rejection is going to be a buy. I actually told you to buy the very next candle, because once we are rejecting this low, this candle closing, you can buy that one, put your stop loss here, because they will not even trade to this candle's low. And whilst I was investigating, you can see over here, this and that, price dips into it, and then price went up. So I bought it. I'm swimming in some profit over here. I bought 2 contracts, and I'm expecting them to go all the way up. Okay, so, and then over here on the lower time frame, this New York session gap, that's where I was a little bit hesitant that they might hold it, but they've gone through it. So you can see currently it's acting as resistance and then sending price up. Okay, so we're expecting them to continue. Now if you did catch it, right, which I have, I'll probably hold it to see if we break this this high and then continue up for the rest of the month of October, because like I said, seasonally speaking, this thing is supposed to be going up for the entire month of October, the entire month of November, and probably the first half of December. So buying it down here after this drop is similar to gold giving a pullback over here. Okay, it's similar to gold giving a pullback over here, because that sharp drop is a like a retracement to buy more sometimes, and most of the time taking out a significant low. So with this drop here, taking out this low, that is buying, accumulating, and then going up. Also, I did mention on the weekly that this is a gap within the previous month candle. So this is a low of the month kind of move, and then we're gonna expect price to go up. Hence, this thing is gonna continue. They've already rebalanced over here. Okay, so if it was going to go down, we should have dropped down from that. After we rebalance there, we should have dropped down. The fact that we are coming back up means that it was not a sell, but rather a buy. Okay, so yeah, that's the ES for you. Okay, so let's move on to the cryptocurrencies. Now cryptocurrencies is doing something interesting, which we spoke about last week. Okay, so let's go and start with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I told you all that it would be very, very bad to see the weekly close below that, because if we do, price is gonna go down. Also mentioned that candle, if it closes, it's fine, but we need to reject immediately. Okay, and so far so good, we are rejecting. So it feels like all that drop here was a run on stop, and therefore price will continue going up. On the H4, you can see that they've gone through this last big drop prior to the move down, which then act as a breaker. And now we are above. Okay, so they've started printing fair value gaps on the right side of the move. First one being here, they never came back to it. That's a great sign. Second one being just that low one, and then right now here and then here. So I think we are good to go. Anytime we print a down candle, right, we can wait for price to go back above it and then we buy, or when it prints a down candle during that down movement, okay, you can buy. Okay, so yeah, let's look for continuation to the upside. So that will ripple effect on the others. Ethereum also going back up. Solana also going back up. Ripple also going back up. Hype, same thing. AI, same thing. Now AI, let's go to the daily, because I don't like the fact that they close through this. Okay, they closed through it. Now it's coming back above it, so let's see how today is gonna close. Do we close above this? Because if we do, okay, that will mean a lot. Okay, it will mean a lot. We might potentially be coming back above the previous week high. That's if we close above this. Okay, so all eyes on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is likely gonna close through that, and if we do, then this will give us a nice inversion. This will become an IFVG, inverted fair value gap, because we took out this low. We're supposed to hold and go down, but we are going back above it, so that will become an inverted fair value gap. Okay, and that might cause price to maybe the next candle's wick to touch this and then expand up. Right, so I really like the way it rejected on the weekly. That's a really good thing, because this candle took out this low. That candle has taken out that low, so that's two run on. Actually, first one is this one here, and then that one. So that's a two run on stops. So we absolutely needed this candle to reject. Okay, so it's a positive sign, hence I'm expecting higher prices to unfold. Therefore, wait, let's see how this closes today. If we close above that, they did not leave any fair value gap on this side, so price is gonna go all the way up. And then Chachki is also coming up, as you can see. I think they couldn't continue going down anymore, because that would be so bad. And yeah, so far we are rejecting. On the H4, watch this up candle. Okay, that's the only up candle left on the H4. Once we breach that, I think price will make its way back up again, because this is an area of distribution. So if we break it, that can become an area of accumulation, and then price will resume going up again. So Chachki, I think it was very cheap, very cheap. All right, so if you manage to get some, great. If you did not, I think wait for them to bridge this, and then you look for a potential buy. Overall, I like Ripple. Okay, the reason why is Ripple was the first one to give a positive sign, because it broke above the up candle somewhere here. Okay, and then since then, down candle form, pull back, it goes up, fair value gap. So I like Ripple. You can see this move down, this whole move down, that's a buy, right? So you have the consolidation, distribution, another distribution, then final distribution here. Then we break it, that area becomes accumulation, this area will also become accumulation. So a buy will form in here, and then we're gonna go first above here. That is where maybe we might struggle either to come back down again or we'll break, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, so that is the Ripple for you. I like this one. I'll leave Solana and Ethereum on the side, probably get some Bitcoin, Ripple, yeah, AI, no. I'll wait for, if you're already in, that's fine. But if you're not, then right now wait for them to go above the fair value gap over here. Then you can look for the buy. Okay. All right, so let me go back to the currencies. Gold. I think gold is climbing above the up candle. Let me drop down to the M15 right in here. That's a positive sign, so maybe you can buy with your stop and a continuation. You buy in this gap that will act as resistance, and then you expect them to go higher. Okay, so that is all I have for today. It's early for this week. It's still Monday, so take your time, be patient. If you don't have any trade idea or trade entry, and let the market give you one. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you same time tomorrow for another market review. Until then, peace.